Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's having an awesome Saturday. I'm here with my video for the week, and I apologize for the delay, but I have a super awesome reason for doing the video late. It was my kid's first birthday on the 17th, Thursday, and we had a small party for it yesterday. So it was a whirlwind of a week. And so I'm very, very happy to be finally sitting down and putting my thoughts together and sharing this video with all of you. So the question that I had asked a couple of days ago was, what does it mean to you to have a kid or have a child? And by this, I mean it could be your biological child, or it could be a child that you adore, or you have adopted, or anything that you consider as your child. So a few of my friends know that before I had a kid, I used to call a lot of things my kids. Like during my PhD, my project was my kid. And my plans were my kid just a couple of years ago. And anybody who would sit in the car with me, regardless of me driving or not, immediately became my kid, because I would tell them to lock the doors and put the seat belts and, ask them if they needed water or anybody needed any kind of breaks when I'm driving. And they were like, okay, mother. But the reason that I actually wanted to ask this question, and why I'm so interested in knowing your opinions, is that this has been the biggest reality check for me. Just like all the other mothers in this world, I agree that sleep has become luxury, especially with an infant and now a toddler daughter. I have a lot on my plate with trying to go back to work and managing everything at home. Recently, I have moved cities. So when I was just by myself, things were smooth, to say the least. And even then, I felt that, okay, I think my life is a little hard, but it's absolutely manageable. And yes, it was. Now with the kid, even looking for an apartment was just the biggest challenge ever. But I have to say this, and I might be a little biased, I don't know, that my kid has been really cooperative, except for the sleepless nights. But for me, what it means for me to have a kid is facing the reality. And the reality is that you understand the importance of things that have existed within your life forever. Like I was just talking about sleep a few minutes ago, and what this sleep has done to me is never was it so important. Like you can see how I have breakouts on my skin. Yeah, even in my teenage, I did not have this. I had like close to flawless skin. And it is very important because in your 30s you anyways go through a lot of changes biologically, and then you add to it the stress of not sleeping and eating whenever you can or not enough. And then reality hits you that, okay, this is how it's going to be, but you have a kid, but you have to keep moving, and you have to be happy. Because from my previous videos that that's my goal. I want to be happy, and I want my child to be happy, and I want my family to be happy, and of course my friends. So Neha's response was amazing. I mean, she said everything that I wanted to say, what it means to have a kid. And I agree with all of it. What I want to add to it, that now that I have a kid, I think about generation gaps even more. Like with my mom and dad, I used to think about generation gaps and the things that I couldn't explain to them I just simply put it as, oh, that's a generation gap. Now that we are in this supercomputer age, because computer age were when we were little, right? So now it's supercomputer age. Even now, there will be things that I will not necessarily understand, but my child will. And there will be things that I would want her to do a certain way or not do a certain way. But there definitely are not going to be things which I'm going to impose just because this is how we do it. So that is the change I am trying to propel over here by asking this question. That if it means to you that you have a little version of yourself, you have your bloodline continuing, you have all the DNA that you transferred, just remember that this DNA, scientifically and otherwise, has the information from you, from your partner, from your ancestors, as well as it is going to be transformed because of the environment, because of the social structure that we live in. And the brain development, which is very, very active and is almost completed by 8 years of age, is rapidly going to be influenced by where the child lives, by what the child eats, how it makes them feel when they eat a certain thing. And so for me, having a child means that I become conscientious of all of these factors, all of these, and of course many more, because it's only been a year that I've been a real mom and not a mom to my plans. So that's what it means to me. The other thing that I quickly want to highlight is that with our own parents, we discount a lot of things just because we have grown up in the same house, and they know their needs, and they know our needs, and we just have a way of coexisting together. So I want to spice it up a little bit, because even with my own mom, sometimes it gets very, very difficult to get through or to be comfortable or just express yourself. And my mom is a very nice person. I'm half as nice, but still, I'm good to live with. But what I want to do is I want to learn how to not do this to my daughter, or how to not become just the version that I don't want to be. So that's why I welcome all of your comments, all of your suggestions, all of your examples if you've been through, because a lot of you may have a lot more experience being a mother than I have at the moment. And the final thing that I really want to talk about today is, with me, I have always believed in magic. And one of the parts of my personality is being mystical. And I really want to exercise that part even more, because, I cannot tell you what happened the other day. A very small example of believing in magic is our bed has considerable height. It's really tall, because that's how my husband wanted it. And I'm always scared to have my kid sleep over there, because she's super active now and crawls, and just she could fall off. And of course we have like all kinds of things acting as barricades, and still the unwanted happened. I get into the room because I heard a loud cry, and this girl is on the floor, on her head like this, and nothing on the bed has moved. All the huge pillows, all the huge barricade kind of things that we have haven't moved at all. She's like on the floor, she was in the middle of the bed, and she's not hurt anywhere. Nothing, not even a tiniest centimeter has been hurt. So what happened? The only reason she was crying is because she was scared that how did she land on the floor. I think, so this is my theory, of course, I have one because I'm a scientist, is I think she climbed down. She climbed down, and this was last month, so she was 11 months old at that time. I think she climbed down the bed. I don't know how she did it. We didn't have a camera installed. I don't know how she's not hurt. I don't know how anything didn't move over the bed, and she's safe. And I'm very, 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 very thankful for that. A lot of gratitude to all the energies around. But I believe in magic, and so I feel that this motherhood is a true blessing, of course. But I truly believe that having a kid means a lot of things to me, and one of them is magic, one of them is a lot of responsibility, and of course I know that there is a person who I love unconditionally, and hopefully she also